Hello Scorpio and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your mid-month reading for if I can speak, for the second half of March, and it is intense. We have the equinox, we have the new moon in Aries, which is the start of the zodiac calendar. So it's a really great time around the 20th to the 22nd of March to set a new intention for your year. And we have Pluto moving into Aquarius on the 23rd, and Mars moves out of Gemini. He's been in Gemini for 4 months and finally moves out, as after going through a pretty intense retrograde cycle, finally moves out on the 25th. So we have the Emperor, focus and stability, and this is where you're being asked to step into your power. And immediately I want to start talking about Pluto moving into Aquarius, because Pluto is the planet that represents your power. It represents power, truth, deep truths, and transformation. And it's your planetary ruler, Scorpio, but it's in another fixed sign, Aquarius. It's moving into Aquarius, which is going to kind of have a challenging aspect to the Scorpio energy. So in a way, it might be this sense. It's a very slow moving energy, the planet of transformation, Pluto. But you might feel it as like it's moving into Aquarius, and it will be back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius through retrograde cycles over the next couple of years. But from 2024 onwards, it stays in Aquarius for 20 years. So this is a long cycle, and we're going to feel the rumblings of change, just like my stomach rumbled as I did that. I've got a moon in Scorpio, and I've been going through some deep stuff myself. And so, the aspect, it's challenging you to whatever Scorpio energy is in your chart. If you are a Scorpio, then your sun is in Scorpio, but you might have Mercury, you might have Venus, you might have Mars, you might have any Pluto, you could have any planet as well in Scorpio, your moon. And the feeling I get with it is that there's a little bit of feel the rumblings of change and understand that something's deeply changing. It might not necessarily be super clear what that is yet. There could be a little bit of fear around it. Pluto also rules fear. So I think you're being shown some deep truths, and the challenge is to transform and change. So again, the Emperor likes to have control and be in control and create order. And this might feel like there's an energy bigger than you out there that's kind of rumbling away. And so it might be feeling more the need to want to be in control at this moment in time. Like there's something that feels out of my control, so I want to be in control of the things in my life. But also, like I said, the Emperor is all about stepping into your power, and that's ultimately Pluto, being your planetary ruler, is going to show you how to do that. So, yes, wow, or challenging you perhaps. So, wow. And you might even think, with the Emperor, this is authorities, this is people who are powerful. So people who are in authoritative positions. So it may be that you're kind of having to deal with a lot of that kind of energy. So we've got Pentacle 3, Venus Capricorn, and Sword 2, Venus Libra. A lot of Venus coming in, actually. And Venus is moving into her home sign, Taurus, which, she's going to be very comfortable and is going to be loving that, which is actually your opposite sign. So a lot of Venus coming through, wanting to kind of make things easier for you in a way, but it's about finding the balance of how to do that in a way. And so this is what's shifting and changing. Pentacle 3, Venus Capricorn. It's a practical energy. Do the practical solutions and that you love, and working with the people that you love, doing things that you love. It's a very productive energy, collaborative and productive. So it's like either you're working with people you love, or you're doing something that you love, or producing something that you love. So it really is wanting to bring in that flow and make it a little bit easier to kind of get on top of the practical side of what it is that you're creating in your life at this moment in time. Sword 2, Venus Libra, though, there might be a lot of decisions or hesitation. This is uncertainty about another person. So it might be somebody that you're working with, or somebody that you're on a group project with of some sort, or within a group of friends. There's potentially an uncertainty about this energy or this person that's coming in. So, interesting. And I think that's only going to perpetuate this sense of something's shifting and changing. And so you might even be kind of suspicious of this person or just have your suspicions about them. Doesn't mean that you're kind of thinking there. But yeah, you'll have I think that your little spidey senses are going to be up with somebody around you at this moment in time. And like I said, there could be a third party situation that's happening here as well, because there's more than one person. The Sword 2 Venus Libra is like one person, and then we're bringing a third energy in with the Pentacle 3. So yeah, it's, this extra energy potentially could be upsetting the apple cart a little bit. And yeah, the Three of Swords, wounding you, hurting you, or bringing up some wounds. And the Nine of Pentacles could be you just wanting to be a little bit more independent and doing your own thing rather than having to feel like part of a group or a sort of social expectation that's coming in around this in some way, or you want to kind of remove yourself from that situation. In a way, you might be feeling a bit more withdrawn or lone wolfy, or just kind of, I feel like I want to retract in some way. The Eight of Pentacles, yeah, definitely could be a lot to do with work and what you're working on at this moment in time. But with all this Venus energy, Venus is a great benefic planet. Venus is wanting to make things easier for you. So she's being very pragmatic and practical and kind of like, okay, decision time, and let's work at this and work out how you're going to make this work in your life. Whether it's like you have to deal with a difficult person that you're seeing day to day, or maybe you kind of, because Saturn is the Eight of Pentacles as well. So that represents work, like something you're working on, or that relates to your work. But yeah, it can be this energy of perhaps it's, if you have to see this person, it's about setting some really strong boundaries. Yeah, there's a bit of a conflict that's gone on here with the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. So Scorpio, I just wanted to let you know that but you are turning up as the Empress, okay? And you've got the Emperor and the Empress. So you are super powerful at this moment in time, Scorpio. So step into your power. You've got both the divine masculine and divine feminine here. Yeah, the Emperor and the Empress can represent a couple. It can represent parents as well. So maybe that's something that you're kind of working through. So we've got the King of Cups. Here you are, the Scorpio energy coming in. So I think there's these deep undercurrents, emotional undercurrents within a situation. Managing your emotions potentially might be a big thing within this situation. But we've got the King of Pentacles. Very nice. Okay. Venus, that's Taurus. And the King of Wands. Okay. This is you stepping into your power. And then we've got the Temperance energy, which is establishing balance, which is very nice. So ultimately, it's about healthy boundaries. I would say there's something coming in very strongly around that and what you're feeling comfortable with. But also, Scorpio, I wanted to just give them a little blurb about letting you know that this is a general reading and it's for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. And I always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you a more holistic view of what's going on for you. I mean, we are going through some interesting, tricky energies at this moment in time. Saturn has just moved into Pisces, which is a big outer planet that's shifted and changed. And we're seeing here with the Capricorn energy and the Eight of Pentacles, there's Saturn around you in this reading. So that is the plan of work, boundaries, discipline, restrictions, rules. The Emperor likes to make the rules. So who's making the rules here? There might be some of those things like the rules within a group. And sometimes these are unspoken rules or unwritten rules when it comes to group dynamics. So it could be to do with hierarchies and who's in charge and all that sort of stuff could be coming in. Maybe you feel like somebody's breaking the rules here or has broken the rules by bringing in a third party energy. So yeah, it's kind of interesting in some way, shape or form, or perhaps it's just like you need to kind of put yourself in a position of power within a dynamic of some sort. So in order to feel more back into control again. So just with all these interesting energies, and like I said, Pluto moving into Aquarius, that's a massive energy. It's like, a lot of people will say it's about stepping into the age of Aquarius. But yeah, I have just recently started up a Patreon community, and part of the reason for that was because Pluto's moving into Aquarius, because I'm realizing there's some huge shifts in energy, big shifts that we're going to be going through. And so I wanted to create a bit like Venus in Capricorn, a practical toolkit for working through these energies and being really soul aligned. And so there'll be things like tutorials, there will be astrology updates, there will be live healings, there will be access to all the extended readings. There is no extended readings for the mid-months, but there are extendeds for the monthlies, so you can look at sun, moon and rising or cross-watch. So there's a lot in there. The link for that is in the description box below, the Patreon community. But we have as the main situation the Three of Swords. So this is a wound that's coming up. And it comes up to the elements to be cleared, but it can feel a little bit prickly when it does come up. And crossed by the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles is where you are, it can work both ways with this. This is where you're being really independent, or this can be being single, or just happy in your own skin. It's very self-sufficient and independent. So either you're in a situation where you want to be more independent from the group, or you're being in a situation where you're kind of too independent, and it's like perhaps there's collaborative energies around that can help you in some way, shape or form. But yeah, there's definitely something here with the Eight of Pentacles. Like I said, this is to do with the card of work or working on something in your conscious mind. So you've been working on these wounds, and it really is coming up with some decisions and practical solutions related to it. So we have at the base the Five of Wands. You can see all these characters here, they're fighting amongst themselves. This represents a battle or a struggle, and this is happening deep down inside. So there's potentially a situation that's been testing you, because this can be feeling like, they're testing the situation, but it can also just as much be competitive, because we're seeing all this energy of you bossing up. So it could be that there's been a little bit of competition around. But in the recent past, we have the Four of Pentacles, and this is a sense of what are you holding on to for fear of letting go. There was some sort of foundation that has been built, but it's almost like you can't stay in that comfort zone or that foundational place anymore. So there might be, this is the little bit of fear of moving forward into the growth that is coming in. We have in the near future the Queen of Swords. So this is what I love, though, because you're getting these messages. The interesting thing with the Three of Swords is this is actually, the swords represent your thoughts. So it's actually the thoughts or your perception. The swords are the ones that are piercing the heart here. So it's got a lot to do with the way that the information you've got or have found out, or the way you're processing mentally the situation. That can be part of what the wound is. And this is why, speaking of fear, this is the Queen of Swords. She's not scared. Her head is above those clouds of fear and doubt, confusion. Something was unclear, and this is you getting really clear inside of you. This is the Queen, so it's divine feminine, internal energy getting super, super clear, and then she passes that clarity on. It's a little bit like the mirroring of what's happening inside of you is being mirrored externally. And so just as I'm speaking this, I can see a beautiful, it's either a hawk or an eagle in the background. So, and that is a very Scorpio energy as well, the sense of higher spiritual knowledge and seeing things from that higher perspective. So this is what the Queen is. It's this sort of inner resolve and understanding the best way to communicate within a situation. So again, like the things that the practical solutions, or, the decision that's being pending, or the direction that's being pending, or setting up some boundaries. This is like I'm clear inside me what is feeling good, and now I'm going to communicate it to everybody else. So yeah, you're presenting as the Empress. We've got the Emperor and the Empress, divine masculine, divine feminine, very, very strong. We can see that with the Queen of Swords and the two kings that are coming in. So it's like, again, that sense of the inside, the internal world is the queens, the divine feminine, and the outside world is the kings. And so the inside reflects the outside world. That's what you want coming in, which is actually really nice. And this is like a power couple here, the Empress and the Emperor. So whether this is two aspects of you, the divine feminine, divine masculine, or it's somebody, a power couple in your life, or it's just, a relationship, a very, very strong relationship here with the Empress and the Emperor. that yeah, there was, obviously a strong connection here. So the energy surrounding you is the King of Cups. This is Scorpio energy, but it's about intensity. There's possibly a lot of emotional intensity around. We can see the King sitting on he's got a throne and he's got some stability here. Again, it's finding emotional stability, but there's drama around. You can see the water. So the King's managing the situation. So there's potentially like a situation that needs to be managed here in some way, shape or form, whether that's emotionally or also maybe perhaps financially as well, with all these pentacles coming in, or like in terms of using practical resources in some way. So we have as hopes and fears the Three of Wands. Now this is the young emperor here, looking out, going, waiting for my ships to come in, waiting for some good results. So it really is a sense of wanting to kind of, again, it's about power and wanting to get some powerful results, or about stepping into your power within a situation. And we have as an outcome the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Wow, look at these two kings coming in. Very, very powerful energies. This could be a powerful meeting that occurs between two people. So yeah, that's very interesting. The King of Pentacles represents money, and the King of Money, success, business, banks, material resources, what you need within a relationship. Are your needs being met, like both physically, financially, where you're living, your home life, the King of Pentacles can actually be a very generous person here. So I feel like, if you are actually trying to get some kind of funding or money or something off the ground, this can actually be very good energy around. There could be some very good money deals that could be, or opportunities for business or work that are around that could be advantageous with this energy. But I think ultimately, like, the King of Pentacles is the Taurus energy. So Venus is wanting to kind of bring some ease when it comes to money or love. And so it's like, what the King of Wands is like, passion, following your passion, acting, stepping into a leadership energy, taking action on the things that are motivating you and the things that you really want. So it can be, like I said, stepping into leadership, or it can be very creative and passionate. So it's kind of like you put those two together, and we've got money and passion and stepping into some kind of, this is my money and what do I want to do with it? Or this is my resource, so what do I want to do with it? So you're taking action here after having got really clear inside of yourself. So that's why we're seeing the Temperance energy. This is where you're dipping your toe back into the water. Potentially it's calmer waters where there's been a bit of drama around, which hopefully is the case. And then we've got the new path that's aligned to you, the Crown, and we've got the two kings coming in, the Divine Masculine, we've got the Divine Feminine with the Queen, we've got the Empress. They've all got crowns on. There's an alignment to a path that is helping you step into your power and is aligned to you, your authenticity, and the Divine Masculine in a way, but it's the Divine Masculine meets the Divine Feminine, because it's the two elements, the silver cup and the gold cup. The two cups. One's bronze, not silver. It depends what deck you're looking at. But there's the flow between the two different elements that are coming in here, which is really important. And what I'm being drawn to, so those elements can be different elements in your life. Perhaps it's somebody you haven't been getting on with, or perhaps it's just the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. But the Temperance energy is about balance, restoring balance, healthy balances in your life, and bringing calm in a way, which is very nice. It's very gentle energy with Temperance. So it might actually be that you're really focusing on your health, as well as there's a situation here that's wounding you with the Three of Swords. Perhaps it's having a psychological or emotional effect, or even a physical effect. So it is about focusing on your health as well with that. So the only thing I wanted to say is that I'm really drawn to this little red triangle I don't often pick up on that in the Temperance card. And this color of red, it's kind of interesting because it is the color of the robe of the King of Wands, the robe of the young emperor in the Three of Wands. So it's the color of power, but it's right there in the middle of your heart, and I'm kind of getting the base chakra. So it's connecting. The base chakra represents, fear. It can represent fear when it's blocked, and it's moving that fear into your heart, and that's where you're going to find that things can flow, like by sending it love and compassion. And so that's where we can find the healthy balance. This is where you can heal, because there's healing that comes in with the Temperance card. So it's very nice energy. So maybe doing some base chakra and heart chakra work could really work with this, Scorpio, as well, which is the colors green and red. And so let's see. Speaking of green, we got a green card. I now create a wonderful new job. And actually the Queen of Swords, I associate her with getting a green card, the go-ahead, the green light, quite literally. So I now create a wonderful new job. Like I said, this is a great time for any kind of like career opportunity, or just with the Eight of Pentacles, it doesn't have to be. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here in terms of business, finance, and bringing in new cycles around that, new jobs, new positions, anything like that is a really great time for that. But there's also, it can be what it is that you're working on. It doesn't have to be career-based. So it says, I'm totally open and receptive to a wonderful new position using my creative talents, King of Wands, and abilities, working for and with people I love in a wonderful location and earning good money, King of Pentacles. So what do you want? How much do you want to earn? How much money do you want to make? How much are you going to charge? All of this sort of stuff. And there's a lot going on here. So let's pull a charm for you. We have the navigation wheel. Of course we do. So it's like you are in charge. You're the emperor. You've got the navigation wheel. You're going through some tricky waters, we can see with the King of Cups. But you definitely have the opportunity to be in charge here and to navigate, choose the decision and the direction that you're going in with this. So yes, which is an empowering, the power of choice and the power of the direction is an empowering energy as well. So that's it, Scorpio. That's your reading for the end of March, the second half of March. And definitely there's a lot of career opportunities, work opportunities, and a lot of like opportunity to step into your power and heal some wounds that are here. But the Empress is like an abundant energy, reaping the harvest. So it's possibly that it's time here that you are reaping, you're getting something good coming in when it's kind of been the Three of Swords. So that would be really nice. And it might just be something really that makes it easier or makes it really nice. It could be something really benefic, but it's going to be different for all of you. But it looks like some good things coming, which is nice. Opportunity for that anyway. So that is the reading, Scorpio. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments, and that helps YouTube know that you support the channel and helps with the algorithm, with all the algorithm changes at the moment. And if you're interested in checking out the beautiful Patreon community that we are building and growing at this moment in time, love it if you check that out. The link for that is in the description box below as well. And take care, Scorpio.